Hi Leute und willkommen zurück zu Genshin Impact 5.7. Wir machen weiter mit der Story. Inzwischen sind wir der Erlöser. Ich hoffe, ich habe es jetzt hinbekommen. Im Moment. Ja. Grafikkartenauslastung sieht ein bisschen besser aus. Schwankt immer noch zwischen 60 und 80%. Aber geht halt zumindest nicht. Ne, geht zumindest nicht über 90. Also den Fehler hatte ich schon mal nach einem Update. Du kannst alles an den Grafikeinstellungen ändern. Das wird nichts helfen, außer du machst dieses Rendering runter. Ich habe das Rendering von 1,5 auf 1 runter gemacht. 20% weniger GPU-Auslastung. Muss ich ein bisschen beobachten. Temperaturen 64 Grad. Ist sehr warm, aber ich habe auch schon 25 Grad im Raum. Am frühen Morgen.
Finally got here, and now I can even find the recipient. Where? Huh? Is that Tumaini? What brings you here? Is this like a meet and greet?
Hey, come on! You'd march to war without so much as blinking. What's so scary about a chat with a traveler, huh?
It's not the same thing at all. There are plenty of chances to go to war, but a one-on-one chat with our great hero, that could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How can I not be nervous? What if I say something wrong? Or if my posture's bad, or if I accidentally make a weird expression with my face. One bad impression can stick for life.
No one's here to judge you on your posture or your facial expressions.
Doch ich.
All right then. I'm sorry, great hero, but I have a small...
Let Paimon guess. An autograph, right?
May I challenge you to a fight?
What? How?
No, of course not. I just figured that if I don't ask now, I'll regret it. But I am still on patrol.
Ugh, again with the sheepish audacity. Just pick...
Obviously, I never expected to win, but until now, I didn't appreciate just how great the gulf was between us. I'll be bragging about the day I got to spar with Tumaini for the rest of my life. Today's really my lucky day.
Ugh. Paimon can't keep up with you. Your tone has changed all over again. Now you've had a spar with the traveler. What
Well, some people connect through conversation, but we warriors bond by sparring. And now that I've had a bout with the hero, we're no longer strangers. Nothing to be nervous about anymore.
Okay. Well, to each their own. But Paimon's still gonna stick to conversation.
Not at all. We haven't spotted any new enemy movements.
As Paimon expected, nothing here either.
You're back. So, did the guards find anything?
Nothing much, no. Someone mentioned that the Abyss Order has been doing some kind of meditation or prayer, but apparently it seemed harmless. Paimon wants to lodge a complaint about one of the guards, though. His name's Kentalo.
Traveler? You're back already? And no one thought to wake me up.
In fairness, you look pretty hungover. Can't imagine anyone wanting to wake you up in that state.
I'll have you know I'm perfectly sober when I'm hungover. Okay. I'll admit that sounds strange at face value, but regardless. What I meant to say is, I heard something about the Abyss Order engaging in meditation.
Yeah, that's right. Does it mean anything?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still, it's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
Oh. So even someone as familiar with the ley lines as you can't tell what's going on. No wonder the shamans that Satura called to the front lines couldn't sense anything.
Ian-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point dragging this out. We need to take the initiative and drive the Abyss Order out of If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. But it will still take us some time to gather the required force. In war, adequate planning and preparation is the key to victory. Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, sure, what is it? Huh, you mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange one. I guess they could be manifestations of a disturbed psyche? Or extreme negativity embodied. It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quickly get confusing when you start looking into monster souls. For starters, trying to figure out which classification system to use is a real pain in the—
Alright, we get it. Granny Eatsley's learning and wisdom knows no bounds. But could we just get the short—
Hey, I was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying— Anyway, the short answer is there are many potential explanations for the kind of phenomenon you describe.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, if Granny Eatsley's never seen it, it might as well not exist, right?
Hey, I'm not that old.
Care to elaborate on what happened? This...
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? Sounds a little contrived.
Moment. Ich musste deine Hand auch halten.
Huh? That's the part that...
Maybe the point is more that it requires direct physical contact. Whether that be hand-holding or otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is, it sounds like she's convinced that your sibling, the leader of the Abyss Order, is a savior. That really makes me question whose side this girl is on, and whether what she told you about her background is actually the truth. Sorry if that comes across as paranoid. It's just hard not to be suspicious of everything when we're in the middle of a war.
Actually, Paimon feels like you make a fair point.
Whoever this girl is, she sounds like bad news.
Okay, well, you're clearly just jumping to conclusions.
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no one else can, calls the leader of the Abyss Order her savior. At the very least, we should remain vigilant. Keep a close watch on her.
Sounds sensible. On that note, we probably shouldn't have left her by herself in that cave.
Traveler, we still need some time to muster our forces. Maybe you could check on her if you're not—
It's settled then. Let's go check on her.
Jetzt liegt sie da tot. Auch nochmal checken. Okay.
Burn it down!
Hallo? Pyro-Archon kaputt, kommt keine Berge mehr hoch. Haben wir noch die gleiche Quest? Ja.
Here we are. Deirdre will still be here, right? Oh, it's so quiet though. Uh-oh. What if Yansan was right? Maybe she never intended to stay here at all. Traveler, watch out!
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was you. I heard a noise and I thought it was the monsters coming to get me. Did I hurt you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking straight.
Phew. That was scary. Paimon thought we'd walked into a trap. Maybe we shouldn't have sneaked in without announcing it. Then you would have known we weren't monsters.
To be honest, I've been really on edge since you left. I just have this constant feeling that any second, the monsters are gonna come back and get me. And it's not like I can run from them. There's also no way to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to death.
Oh, that's weirdly precise. Though, it does explain why your attack on the Traveler was so weak. Wait, if you really thought you were gonna starve or get killed by monsters, why'd you promise that you'd be okay here on your own?
I just didn't want to lose face in front of my hero. He already saved my life once. That's more than enough.
Huh. For someone on the brink of starvation...
What? That is the real reason. Anyway, so, could you make me some food now?
Oh, Paimon's getting hungry now too. Go on then. You can join us for dinner.
Whew. I am so full. Thanks for saving me. Again. Starvation feels like a distant memory now.
Es war gerade noch Tag. Haben wir bis Abend gewartet, um ihr etwas zu essen zu machen?
Huh. You can really pack it away, Deirdre. Guess that explains how you had the energy to make it this far.
I tried so hard to hold back, but it looks like I still came across like a total glutton.
Paimon didn't even realize how late it is. Hey, the night sky here is really pretty.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to you both that I'm able to relax and enjoy it. I was cooped up in that cave the whole time you were gone. Now, I'm finally out. The air seems fresher, and the stars more beautiful than ever before.
You weren't in there that long.
Hoffen wir nicht, dass Hilali gleich um die Ecke kommt, sonst sind wir tot.
When I was young, I used to lie on the roof of my house, gazing up at the stars. And often, my mind would drift to this question. Is this starry sky actually real? But my grandma would tell me, the answer to that question doesn't really matter. Think of all the people in our village who spend their entire lives here, she'd say. To them, that little village is their whole world. And so, if it's our destiny to live beneath this sky all our lives, then whatever may or may not lie beyond, this is our world, and that sky is real to us.
Paimon kinda gets you, but also not really. Is it kind of like how journeying with the Traveler is everything to Paimon right now?
I really treasured my world for a really long time. The village was my everything. The houses, the scenery, the stories I always loved to hear about the Savior. But I could never bring myself to agree with Grandma. Even if the village was my entire world, I still had to know what lay outside its borders.
Yeah! Go you!
So, I finally ventured out and set off on my journey to find the Savior. I'm going to make my world bigger, one step at a time. And I'm not going to stop until I've seen what's beyond the stars. Maybe then, I'll finally get an answer to the question I had as a child. Who knows? Maybe one day, I'll be sitting and chatting just like we are now, but with someone from another world.
Yeah, one day. Oh, if only we could tell her.
I need to find the Savior and protect my world. Then, I can make sure it continues to grow. That's the most worthwhile thing I could think of doing, so I've been giving it everything I've got.
You know what? That's pretty cool. Paimon kinda wants to root for you now.
Sorry. I got a little carried away. I always get chatty after a hearty meal. Just like my grandma. Hold on. Shh. It's them. The monsters are back.
Where? Oh, still invisible, huh?
Can you see them now?
Oh, Paimon still can't see anything. But
Rise with the sun! Incinerate! Light of the blazing sun!
huh? Wow, that was fast. Did you get all of them?
Easy. Easy.
Paimon's slowly but surely getting used to the sight of you fighting thin air. You doing all right, Deirdith? Deirdith? Hey, it's okay. There's nothing to be scared of anymore.
Oh, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a moment.
You spaced out? That's a pretty bold move under the...
I was just... the image of the traveler fighting to protect me. I was trying to commit it to memory. Seems like the least I can do.
All right. Whatever floats your boat.
Anyway, there are no more monsters in the area, and it's getting late. Why don't you stay here tonight?
Sounds reasonable to Paimon. What do you think? All right. Deirdith will be... Huh? Deirdith? What?
Okay, wir bekommen eine Traumsequenz. Aha. Nachtkönigreich. Ach, sie chattet auch mit den...
Doomsday. A fitting name indeed.
A blood-red sky. Wild beasts that slaughter all in sight. Endless pain. A terrible curse that cannot be reversed. And the birth of a savior.
You're awake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, You just look quite distressed, like you were having a nightmare. I thought if I took your hand into mine, you might find it soothing. At least, that's what my family always did when I had nightmares. But it didn't seem to work on you. In fact, I think I made it even worse.
Oh, is there? You better not be trying to pull a fat...
What? Don't be so... I have more self-control than that.
Self-control? What does that have to do with it? No way is Paimon. You go ahead. But for the rest of the night...
Oh, do I really seem that shady to you?
Well, Deirdre, there should be enough food for 3 days. Make sure you eat the perishable stuff first, so nothing goes to waste. You can't tell which stuff is perishable, right?
Yeah, I can tell from the ingredients. Thank you so much for making all this for me. 3 days will definitely be enough time for my ankle to heal. Then I'll continue on my journey to find the savior.
All right, then we'll be off. Bye for now, Deirdre.
Wir lassen sie da schon wieder in der
But
Höhle.
if this is goodbye, how am I supposed to find you again? Oh, I mean, what if I find your sibling? How am I supposed to let you know?
Ah, that's a good point. We share the same goal, but we're constantly on the road, so we've got no fixed address. How about this? When the time comes, you can just write a letter to miHoYo. She'll be able to find us for sure.
miHoYo? Who's miHoYo?
It's the Abyss Order! They're here! But it doesn't look like they're marching to war. More like they're...
Where? What are you talking about?
a bunch of Abyss Order thugs! You don't see them? They're heading right this way!
That's strange. I guess it's my turn to not be able to see the monsters. You're right! I see them now. You weren't joking after all. So this is what it's like.
What a weird situation. What is making these monsters invisible? Is it Deirdre? Or the monsters themselves? Or is it us? Well, might as well mow these ones down, just so they can't pose a threat to the tribes. Woohoo! All done! Their morale seems super low. Guess they really were on the run, huh?
So, there's no more of them, right? I still can't wrap my mind around this. Why couldn't I see them until you took my hand?
So, any ideas on why those monsters might have been running away? Oh, Paimon's getting a little worried about Eon-san and the others. We gotta go. Bye for now, Deirdre.
See ya, and please take care.
Okay. Dann machen wir hier einen Cut und machen dann mit dem nächsten Part gleich weiter. Bis dahin. Ciao, Leute.